Hello, this is Color132, bringing you guys our next episode on the road to Fallout 3, modding Fallout 3. In this episode, we're going to cover 5 mods altogether. We're going to go ahead and cover the Immersive Hud, the Imaginator, Dynavision, CinemaTech, and also the Director's Chair. So, to get started, let's go ahead and look at the Immersive Hud. And again, as always, links to each of these pages will be in the description below for you guys to follow along with your modding. So, iHUD, pretty much it makes it to where you can customize your HUD, your health bar, your compass and stuff to make the game a lot more, as the name of the mod would suggest, immersive. It allows you to hide the HUD when you need it, and also have it visible whenever you want it viewed. Or not hide the HUD when you need it, that'd be dumb. It hides the HUD when you don't want it there. Like, you can have, basically when you're walking around town, you really generally don't need really any of your HUD items when you're walking around, like Megaton or a safe area that you know of. So what it allows you to do is customize it so where, like, when your weapon's drawn, then you always see your hit points, or you'll always see your ammo, and whenever you have your weapon away, instead of having to see your ammo at all times, you won't see that. And it allows it to be, in my opinion, much more. It really puts you a lot more there in the game while still allowing you to know that, you know, you're playing the game. You get more engrossed in it if you're like me. I get pretty into my Skyrim and also Fallout 3. I will get very into the role-playing portion of the game whenever I record them. So, to start off for this one, all we need to do is go to our files, and our iHUD version 2.3 right here, and we just want to download with the manager right there. Same button we generally use is download with manager. And so we'll download that, and once it does get done, then it'll appear here in your mod manager, just like always. And let's see, where is it? It should be just give me a moment, I gotta locate it in here. Destructible mini nukes, Director's Chair, Dynavision, derp. Ah, there it is, Immersive Hud. Immersive Hud, and then iHUD in parentheses dash Fallout 3, made by Gopher. Many of you who are watching this probably know who Gopher is, given he has done a mod series as well on Fallout 3, and does a lot more. He does a lot more than what I will be doing. I will just be showing the mods that I do in the game. I think he shows a lot more, like, this is what this mod does, shows you how to install it, and throws it in the game, goes plays, shows you guys everything about it, or at least some parts of it. Me, I'm just going to show you guys the mods that I will be using in my playthrough. And I know he does Skyrim as well, and he gets really big into Skyrim as far as I remember. But anyways, continuing on. So you're just gonna do like always, click on your Immersive HUD and go ahead and activate the selected mod. You'll give it a moment and it'll pull this up, which Immersive HUD version 2.3, adjustable HUD detected, and along with the Darnified UI HUD detected. So that's good. That's kind of what we want it to see, is because that's letting us definitely know that Immersive HUD is recognizing adjustable HUD and the Darnified UI. So it kind of makes it a little bit more, I want to say, compatible. It works with it. So then we just want to click install, and just like always with our overwriting the mod's files, yes to all, and there we go, the mod was successfully activated. So this one I'm going to go ahead and show. We're going to go into the game and I'll show you it, but then for the other the other 4 remaining mods, I'm going to install all of them at once, and then we'll go in the game because they're all linked. The reason for that is they're all linked. CinemaTech, Dynavision, and Imaginator are all easily controlled by the Director's Chair, so therefore we're going to do it the faster way by just installing all of the other 4 mods, and then we'll load up the game for those 4. So let's go ahead and hop into the game, and we'll take a look at the iHUD. We'll see you guys in a minute. And welcome back. Here we are in-game in Fallout 3, and as you can see already, there are quite a few things missing from my HUD. You'll notice that the compass is not there, my health is not there, my action points are not there. The only thing that is there is my weapon, and actually now that's gone too. So as you can see, I have nothing on here other than up in the top right we have the time and date. So this is kind of what iHUD does. Now watch, when I pull out my weapon, so, you know, this is the kind of view that I would have if I was just doing like a nice little view of the world, or just taking a stroll downtown in there. Oh, and when I right click, I have it set to where my compass shows up, and then my basic information on the right, hunger, thirst, sleep, rads, and experience to the next level, along with my, I want to say that's encumbrance. Yeah, the EN is encumbrance. I have that when I right click, I see that. And whenever I pull out my weapon, then I see my crosshairs, and also then I get my ammo and grenades that I have available to me in the bottom right. My action points only show up when I'm using them, so once it refills it'll go away again. And then my health, I'm not going to show off when my health gets up because it shows, I'm waiting for my AP to, okay, there it goes. My health doesn't show up until I've reached like under, I want to say like, once I reach under like 80 or 90% of my health. Once my health falls below 80-90%, then my health pops up on the bottom left. So I want to show that because since I'm kind of running FWE, we'll kind of have a bit of an issue with if I jump down there, I'll probably die, just because FWE makes things harder. So let's go ahead, and the button I believe is I. Oh yeah. Okay. So in the Immersive HUD, pressing I will both. Pressing just a short press, clicking it, will make your HUD appear completely or disappear. So if I press I again, everything goes back to basically with the settings with it set up, and if I press I again, it basically will keep all this stuff on the screen. So in case you ever get frustrated, or you decide not to like this and you decide to be lazy and don't want to uninstall it, then all you need to do is just press I and it'll bring your whole HUD back up where you are. To change things, you have to hold your I button, I believe it is. Yes, you hold the I button on your keyboard for roughly 4 or 5 seconds, something like that, and you'll get this iHUD settings menu, where you can change the iHUD activation key. I'm leaving it alone because I don't ever get near the I key anyways. Then we have activation options. Now this is your bread and butter area of this mod, I would say. You have your hit point options. This tells you, this is where you control whether it's always on, so if it's 0 it'll never be on, or it won't always, it'll show up. We'll try this again. If you have always on set to 1, your whatever bar it's for, like for this case the hit points, if I have it on, it'll always be down here. No matter what I do, it'll be right here. With it off, it won't show up unless one of these other conditions is set. If everything's set to off and this is like set to nothing, then it'll never show your health. So combat, I have it set to off. I don't want to see it when I'm in combat or weapon out or with my right mouse. I have it set to where I will see my health when it falls below 80%. So all you gotta do is click these buttons to change it. And I believe the health bar activation by health below is 10. Yeah, okay. So it's by the 10s. So basically every 10% you can set it to show up. And then pretty much everything's the same, like compass, always on, combat, weapon out, right mouse. I have mine defaulted to right mouse. And I'm not going to go through all of my settings just because once we get through all of this, then I'm going to go through a video. I'm going to have one extra video at the end of this Fallout mod series showing my in-game settings. So these will be they will be the settings that I'm using while I'm doing my Fallout 3 role-playing series. So let's go ahead and back out of there. So basically everything's the same. Sneak meter, you have the option of it always being on or it being iHUD controlled. I believe I always leave it at iHUD controlled, which basically, if I remember right, it means it's not there. You don't ever see your sneak. You don't, if I remember right, you don't see, I want to say, let me see, sneak. Oh no, okay, yeah, I've got it set to an immersive sneak meter from something else, and that makes it immersive HUD thing. That lets the immersive HUD. Oh, wait, no, that's right. Yeah, I never see my sneak meter. I never know. It's to make the game more challenging when I play, and I may tone down my settings a little bit based on how things are going. Because if I remember right, this game, with all the settings that I've been playing, it seems like it might be a little bit too hard for you to play. Like literally, I have to. Whenever I go to Springvale, like literally, that will probably be like a two to three episodes just clearing Springvale. And we all know vanilla Minecraft. Yeah, vanilla Minecraft, because it totally looks like Minecraft. Vanilla Fallout 3, we know you can run through, if you played Fallout 3 at all, and you've gone to the Springvale school, you know you have, you know you ran through it in like 5-10 minutes. You were in and out of there, collected everything you possibly could in 5 to 10 minutes. It was that much to it. Except maybe 1 or 2 chests, I guess. You might not have got 1 or 2 loot things, but other than that, you generally got everything in Springvale School in like 5 to 10 minutes. So this makes it to where this will be like, Springvale School is going to be like an hour trip. So I do intend for this, the Fallout 3 series, it will be a very long series. I'm thinking, which is why I'm thinking that I might switch, I might follow somewhat in Gopher's footsteps and do a change up between it and Skyrim along with a secondary game though. But I'll also change the times. I might do this for like a month and a half or a month or a couple weeks or something, and then switch over to modded Skyrim, because I will be doing a modded Skyrim as well. And for that one though, I don't think I'm going to do all the mod stuff. I might, if you guys are interested in it, if you guys, or I might just do it later sometime along the road. I might show off all my mods for Skyrim that I run, but probably at the beginning, unless you guys like mention in this video or any of my Fallout videos or my first Skyrim video or whatever, that you guys are interested in seeing all my mods that I'm running, then I'll do it. So let's see, back to our iHUD menu. Sorry about that little trip down sideboard lane. We have fadeaway options. The fadeaway options are basically how long it'll take for once I were to do like this, like watch, say, okay, we get it there, I right click, you see my compass shows up. When I let go, we wait a few seconds, and then it'll disappear. Then it disappears. And that's the fadeaway option. So that's your fadeaway settings. I believe it's in the seconds. I believe it's by seconds, so. Then fade on toggle, I don't really remember what this does. Sorry, but I don't really remember this. And then compatible or configure compatible things like Dynavision UI HUD. You can change like some of the user interface options from Dynavision UI, like the night vision, stealth, the general, and the clock, which is where I have my clock up here at the top left, top right. And that's also how my general settings is set to a right mouse. And then advanced recon thermal night vision. Now this, I have it set to right mouse, but I really haven't noticed it, but that's probably because I don't have the advanced recon stuff right now. Probably if I had it on and equipped, it would pop up. But we'll test that out once we're in game and everything. So that is generally, I believe that's all there is to the iHUD. Yeah, that's everything for Immersive HUD. So it basically gives you a more immersive HUD. You can't really say it any other way. It makes it to where everything's a lot more in-game. You're like more in it. You're there. You're not just some person on a TV screen playing a game. If you're into if you get really big into immersion, if you like to be immersive in a game, then this is definitely a mod that I would suggest doing. As obviously I'm suggesting it, or else I wouldn't be running it personally if I didn't suggest it. So I will be running this as one of my mods, just like everything else that you guys will see in this mod tutorial. So alright guys, we're going to head back out to our Nexus Mod Manager and start covering the director's chair and its 3 control mods, and the 3 mods that it controls. So we will see you guys back at our Nexus Mod Manager, and also back on the Fallout 3 Nexus site. See you guys in a couple minutes. Alright guys, we are back. Here we are going to our next mod, which will be CinemaTech. Film Grains and Styles, again by Gopher and MGE. So what this is, these next set of mods are all visual mods, basically. And as this, let's see, so CinemaTech, let's see, adds configurable film grains, grits, damages, and dirts. Some are harsh, some are not. I'll show you guys what they are generally. I'll show you guys what they are. So for this mod, it's just like everything else. We're going to go ahead and go to our files, go to CinemaTech version 1.2, download with the manager. And we're going to go ahead and download all 4 of these mods before we install. We're just going to go ahead and do the downloading part. Actually, no, we're just going to keep it. We're going to stick to the normal. So download with the manager. And so then we'll go into our Nexus Mod Manager here. And that was CinemaTech, so up at C. CinemaTech Film Grains and Styles - Fallout 3 Gameplay Effects and Changes. And all we're going to do is hit our activate the selected mod. And then it'll pop this little installer, just like everything of Gopher's. And we'll hit install. And then we'll wait. And we'll wait. And we'll wait a little more. Oh boy. Hello. Hello. Uh-oh. Did I groove? Did it derp? Oh. Okay. I guess we wait a while. I'm not sure how long. I guess we will come back once it's installed. So I guess this might take a little while, guys, for this one to install. Oh, nope. There we go. Okay. So as we see, another confirm overwrite. Yes to all. And there we go. The mod was successfully activated. It didn't like me talking about stopping the recording. That's why it went. We're gonna go with that. So that is CinemaTech, and once we get the others installed and Director's Chair installed, then I will show you in-game what all it does. Exactly, anyways. So then, next up, we have Dynavision, Dynamic Depth of Field. So this adds some depth to the game instead of it, like we all know, it's had some. We could generally tell, you know, if a rock behind a sign is, you know, kind of far off. This, it just kind of improves it, I think. It really makes it, more visual to you and everything. So, as stated here, we have the Imaginator, CinemaTech, and the Director's Chair along with this. This is all kind of part of a package. It's best to use it as a package mod set, all four of them. So, to do this mod, all we have to do is go to our files, Dynavision Dynamic Lens Effect 101, download with Manager. And once we have that downloaded, we are just going to go into our Nexus Mod Manager here, Dynavision, right there, just like like everything's been doing, and we will activate the selected mod. Oh, that one's a little bit quicker. And so then all we gotta do is hit OK. The mod, we now have Dynavision installed. So next up is the Imaginator. Now this is basically lighting. This affects the way that the lighting is in the game, how much light is thrown off from like how bright it is, how much, like if you were to look at the sun, whether or not it's going to be very centered or if it's going to do that really bright like lens flare that can kill your eye sockets. And we have 6 tools: the emitter, the contraster, the cinemator, CinemaTech film enhancements. So this is best used in conjunction with CinemaTech, Horizon Clean, Focuser, and Tinter. So this is a very, I like this mod. It's very interesting. Makes it to where you can really set the feel of the game, how you want it to feel, whether or not you want it to feel kind of like it's the apocalypse that's been around a lot longer and it seems like everything's cleared away, or if you still want it to have the original greeny tint to the game that vanilla Minecraft kind of gives, the yellowish green tint as if the fog is still there. So all we need to do is go to our files, now the Imaginator for FO3 Visual Control Device, download with the Manager. Do not download manually, download with Manager. And once that is downloaded, we'll go into our Nexus Mod Manager itself. Sorry about that, guys. Small gnat. Got in my way. He's been flying around my room for the past like 20 minutes. Getting annoying. Now then, in our Nexus Mod Manager, we are looking for Imaginator. Oh. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm sure you guys are probably like staring right at it or something, and I'm just like derping and not seeing it. Oh, there. Oh, duh. The Imaginator. The Imaginator for FO3 Visual Control Device. I forgot that it had the in the beginning of it, so it threw it off for me. So we'll go ahead and No, not launch FOSE. I'm derping. Well, let's go ahead and activate the selected mod after you've selected the Imaginator for FO3. And really short, quick, the mod was successfully activated. So now the very last mod that we're going to install for this episode is the Director's Chair, the Total Visual Control. Now this is to do this, you have to have Fallout Script Extender, which if you're modding, you already have that, definitely. Which also I referred to in the very beginning, like one of the first 2 episodes I did has the Fallout Script Extender installation. And then you have to have Dynavision, the Imaginator, and CinemaTech if you want to run the Director's Chair. You can have all 3 of those and not run it, but in my mind it makes this a lot more simpler to me. So, to use this, or to download this, all we need to do is go to our Files page here. You want version 3.1_0 NMM. The second one, it should be, you want the one that says use this version if you are using NMM, not the FOMM, the NMM one for Nexus Mod Manager. That's for Fallout Mod Manager, which is a different program which I will not be covering because I use the Nexus Mod Manager instead. So we will download with Manager, and that'll put it onto our Nexus Manager. So then all we need to do from here is go to our Director's Chair, Total Visual Control, Director's Chair Fallout 3.1_0 NMM, and all we gotta do, activate the selected mod, and hit install, and overwrite yes to all, and the mod is successfully activated. So that covers all of these mods. We are now going to go ahead and check one other thing before we go into the game. I want to double check a load order. You guys know me, I want to get the load order right, so we're going to look, and it would appear that, let's see, we have Director's Chair. Okay, let's pull these over to the side. I don't need this one. This one has everything I need. I'm going to throw this on my second screen so you guys won't see it. Sorry about that. So, under our Plugins tab, this installed everything somewhere. iHUD. iHUD here, we want it right under the AHUD ASM, or ESM. So just grab it and drag it up to under the AHUD. CinemaTech, we want under, we want CinemaTech under, where is it? Herpy derp. CinemaTech under Detect Traps ESM. Detect Trap. Oh, right there. So take the CinemaTech, move it under your Detect Traps. And then we're also going to move the Imaginator also under the CinemaTech ESM. So that's those 2 now. As for the Dynavision and the Director's Chair, we are going to put Dynavision, where are you? We are going to put Dynavision under the Detect, that's not Dynavision. Dynavision, thank you. We want that under the Detect Traps perk.esp. So we want that right here, number 32 on your index, if you are following the same load order as I am, which hopefully you are, or you might have a broken game. And right after that, we're putting the Director's Chair right after that one. Nice and simple. So that is our load order for these 4 mods, throwing them in order. So now we are going to go ahead and head back in-game, and we will continue. I will then show off the Director's Chair and the settings for CinemaTech, Dynavision, and the Imaginator. And we'll show you guys how to use them and what some of them do. I won't show everything off about them. I will just show the basics on how to use it, and then you guys can experiment and see what you guys like, what combination. I already know what I'm going to have in the game, and you guys probably will actually see my settings as soon as I load up the game. So alright guys, we will see you back in the wasteland. See you in a minute. And we are now in the game, getting covered in a red whirlwind. So let's go ahead and show you guys the director's chair and the CinemaTech Dynavision and Imaginator. And as you can already see, compared to 5-10 minutes ago where we were editing our iHUD, everything looks a little bit more different in visual graphics. It's a bit more colorful, I suppose you'd say. Compared to earlier, there's no greenish yellow tint to anything. It's all... It's... In my opinion, I find this to be much, much more beautiful in my mind. Don't fall off the cliff. So, I'm sure you're wondering, alright, well, Clark, how do we get this beautifulness? And let's go ahead and show you. So, now, individually, I guess I will go ahead and show this. Individually, if you were to just install one or two of the items of the mods, if you like just installed Dynavision or just CinemaTech, you would have an item in your menu, like in your Pip-Boy somewhere, like this one, the CinemaTech settings, and then you'd have this, but you'd have to like select this, and then you'd have to do your changing settings, hit done, back out of your Pip-Boy, and look around to see the different stuff. Now all of those are like that, all three of them. They all have in-game Pip-Boy menus, and I personally, I don't like it. I want simplicity. I want to be able to stand right here and change this graphical settings of my game. So we'll go out here to where we get a little bit more view than just what's up there. And what you want to do is press F7 on your keyboard, and let's go ahead and put this to where you can see it a little bit better. So now, as you can see, it's pulled up a giant menu, and you can no longer move around. You can look around, but you can't move. And it's transformed your arrow keys into menu maneuvers. So as you can see, we have the Cinemator style, the CinemaTech style, CinemaTech film grain, Imaginator emitter, Imaginator shutter speed, Dynavision focus, and the depth of field. So let's go ahead and if you go like up to the Cinemator style, you can scroll through it and it'll change the default settings, completely changing the look of your game. Which, as you can see, it does look very different as I move through these. Sickly sweet greens, rich color with blue shadows, with no change. This is, you would say, the default Cinemator style. Now this still has all these other things, so it's not vanilla view, but it is semi-close. So I'm going to leave it over here at ultra cool blue. Then the CinemaTech style, you can have it look like a blurry old film, edge blurred vignette, Trek Vaseline cam, which I think that adds way too much saturation. Everything's too bright, it's actually hurting my eyes. John Wayne's slow stutter, B&W, soft edge and blur. Oh, heavy 70s overprocess is just murder. I'm not even going to continue because they get bad. They get worse, I think. So I am leaving it at none. I like it the way it is. CinemaTech, the film grain, you can have low touch detach, some subtle grain. Sorry, Dave, I can't do that. And now some of these you guys will be able to see, but some of them you won't actually see the differences in the video itself. I can see them because, like, on here there's like random stuttering in the film grain that's going on. This one you probably could see Barely Survived the War. Looks pretty bad. Looks very grainy. So some of these are a lot grainier than others. Some of them are not. I think that I might actually go with the different one that I usually do. No, I was thinking about doing Once Upon a Time, or doing like this one, the Barely Survived the War, so it looked more like my playthrough was like the apocalypse happened, and then somebody found these videos of like a I guess a visual recording of my character's life in the wasteland. But I think actually no. I think I'm just gonna leave it with a low touch static. It's not really noticeable. I mean, I notice it here and there, but it's not bad. I think that doing that other one though is going to hinder my gameplay because I'll see the little random grainy appearances, and I'll think they're an enemy, and I'll probably waste bullets, and I don't want to waste bullets. So we have the Imaginator emitter, which is lighting, mostly. It's the emitter of the lighting. This is fit off. We have Mercurius Marvelous Modification. His settings, low, medium, high. Then we have MGE's Hypnorama, big lights. Then the Bloomer, which, as you can see, it makes the sky really, really bright, really bloomy. Tight and bright, and that is everything. I'm gonna leave it on Mercurius. I might leave it on high actually instead. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna leave it on high. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on high now. The shutter speed, which adds some blur to your... Let's see, let me see if I can... I believe this has to do with the, I want to say this has to do with the depth of vision now. Let's see, F7, it's at high, slow, so high blur, low blur. I'm not really seeing it. I'm just going to leave that where it was, a high blur. See, I don't really see much change, but I'm sure it's there. Then the soft focus of medium, low, high. So as you can see, like, the lower it is, the farther out things get clearer. Like at high, I mean, even that bush right there is starting to get a little blurry. So I'm gonna leave that on low. And then you have the depth of field, which you can use horizon cleaner, which, let's go ahead and basically, here's default off. As you can see out in the distance, everything tries to look crisp and clear, but it looks bad. So as you add more horizon clean, it blurs it a little bit out there. So then it not having like good high res LOD textures, with the blur it makes it to where that's okay, because you're not seeing the low res textures that much because it's all blurred together. Or if you wanted to, you can use the Dynavision itself, which you can have the Dynavision. Oh, here we are. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was thinking that this is what I thought the shutter speed was. So let's see if we hit F7 now. As you can see, like with me staring right at this tree, you see everything around the tree gets really blurry. At least I think you guys can see it. So everything around this tree, everything but this tree right here is very blurry. I look away from the tree, and then it clears up, and the tree blurs. So if I'm staring right at the tree, everything but the tree is blurry. When I look away from the tree and set my focus on something out in the distance, at least to me anyways, the tree is then getting blurry a little bit. So that's what that will do. I think I'm gonna leave it though at where I had it, which was none of this. Horizon clean highest, to where the LOD in the background doesn't look that bad. So that is all of the director's chair abilities as far as I can think of. So hopefully you guys now understand and will be able to use this to basically customize your game to more the way that you would like to play in the Wasteland. See, and how you would like to perceive the Wasteland being if it were to ever happen in real life. We all know that it probably won't, but it could. It definitely could. So you can give yourself a little bit of a foreshadowing on how you would like to be able to see the post-apocalyptic looking. So we will see you guys in the next episode, where we will cover, let's see, what are we covering next episode? Weapon mod kits, weapon recoil, no more dots, and FOIP. Fallout Interoperability Program, which later we are actually going to change that, but for now I'm going to keep showing that. But I change it later on down the road. I start using something different, and I will show that as well. So we will see you all in the next episode, where we'll cover those new mods. And, well, I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.